everyone. Welcome to Brookside School and our grade 1 concert, Big Beautiful Planet, in which the kids are going to put on a wonderful performance, and maybe you learn a little bit about what the kids are learning about in terms of taking care of the planet and taking care of their community. Before we get started, a little housekeeping. We don't expect any emergencies, but just in case, we have exits right out this way into the back, out that way to the right, and the main lobby area will get us out if we have an emergency. Restrooms for adults, right here to my left, there are 2 of them. And at the end of the concert, I'll remind you, we're going to allow the students to exit before I release all the parents and family members to go about your day. I'm moving around, you know, Miss Nayati she put X's down here for me. And I have too much nervous energy to stay in one spot. We are excited to present the students from Mrs. Graff's class. Wave to your family members. Mrs. Ames' class, wave. Mrs. Wan's class, wave. And Mrs. Vaglika's class. I'd now like to welcome Sophia, and Luca to the microphone as they will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So I ask you all to stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now I'm delighted to introduce our talented musical director, Mrs. Marina Berger.
The world we live in is a very big place. On April 22nd, the whole world celebrates Earth Day. We must realize that the Earth is precious to us. We can't live without it. We must stop being so wasteful. Our bad habits are hurting the world. If we don't change our ways, the world could become a terrible place to live.
It's my home, it's where I live.
important to our environment. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. Trees also give us wood for building and shade for keeping cool. We should plant more trees and we should only cut what we have to. Recycling is a key part in helping our environment. We can recycle paper, cardboard, glass, and other certain kinds of metal. Recycling is a vital part of the future of our planet. If we're not recycling, we're throwing it all away. and cheesy green green, just listen. There are many ways to help save the earth. We should drive less or walk beside them. We should turn off the lights when we're not using them. We should only run the air conditioner when we have to. We can save a lot of energy by insulating our homes. We should use as little water as possible for any task. And we should fix our leaky faucet. reduce, reuse, recycle, or worse that we all know. We have to save our planet so we can live and grow. We might be only children, but we will try to see. We could save this planet. It starts with you and me.
How about another big hand for our wonderful I have to thank, there's a lot of people to thank for helping us put on a production like this. But I'm going to start off with behind the scenes, the secretaries in the main office, Mrs. Eduardo, Mrs. Monaco do a great job. The custodial staff really helps to make sure everything is arranged. O&M sends people over to help us out with both the faculty and the parent parking for an event like this. So I owe them a debt of gratitude. Our PTA is always wonderfully supportive. For this particular event, we had parents volunteer, help decorate. And so I'd like to thank Mrs. London, Mrs. Rivera, Mrs. Dernan, Mrs. Marcelino, Mr. Dockweiler, Mrs. Carey, and Mrs. Ghani. I have to thank our wonderful teachers, Mrs. Graff, Mrs. Ames, who's not here today, Mrs. Wan, Mrs. Vaglica, and our teaching assistants, Mrs. Stabile, Mrs. Fuller, Mrs. Falgiano, who's up on the stage, and Mrs. Campabasso. I'd like to thank Dr. Hatter, Mrs. Amerling, Dr. McGinnis, coming from our central office. The Central Administration and the Board of Education is always very supportive in making sure that we have the resources to put on productions like this. So a big thank you to them. I'd like to invite Jacqueline Brennan, on behalf of the first grade, would like to extend a big thank you to Mrs. Berger. On behalf of the entire faculty and staff, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for this special event. We're going to let the students go first. I said I would give you a reminder, and then I'll dismiss you all.